Alright guys, welcome to this tutorial. I'm gonna show you how to launch a SSH honeypot, and I'm gonna show you what SSH honeypot is doing, what the purpose of the honeypot is, and the best part is to just watch uh, someone who's trying to access your SSH your server through the SSH and just see what password they're trying to access it with. We will install some packages before we begin. I'm gonna show you all the, actually let's use update and upgrade. I will paste every command in the comment section in the description, so don't worry about it. We will clone a GitHub repository which is for this SSH honeypot. Install clang as well, and now we will install one last thing before cloning the actual repository. Now the thing is, we will change our default port from the current port. The current default port is 22. We will change that to example 69. So when you access your server, you won't use port 22. The port 22 will be mainly for actually getting this, let's say, hackers who's gonna try to access your server. So now when we installed everything, let's do one update. Let's head over to etc ssh ls. Now let's go into ssh-config, remove the comment hashtag. Now 22 was default, as I said. We're gonna use 69 here. Let's restart SSH service, check the status. So it's running on 69. It is. So now when we SSH into this machine, we will define the port. If you're using PuTTY, you will just use where it says port, you just set it to 69 instead of 22. Enter the password. Great. Update again. ls. Now we need to clone the repository, which we will do right now. This is the repository we're cloning. It should be here now. SSH in. Go into the directory that we just. Now you could use one simple command and get the whole process done. That command would be make install. First we need to use make command. Did I forget to install one of the things here? Let me see. Did I install this? Make. Maybe I forgot this one here. Yeah, I forgot build. There's a command. First we're gonna use the command make. After that you can use command make install. So first of all make. Oh, that's done. Then you can use make install. So when you do make install, you will create it will just create everything for you. Then you will have. But let's go the first. I'm gonna show you how to do the old way. We need to generate some keys. SSH gen, just RSA keys without password. And when that is done, you can see we have some keys here. Next thing would be to start the process. Now we have the file in the bin folder, which is in this directory, subdirectory. Then we have the R for defining the keys, which is this file here we just created. Now if you go ahead and just enter that, it's gonna start on port 22. So the best way to actually try this out would be to just go over to your PuTTY. Let me capture that window. So as you can see here, now up here you see port. We would use 22 now just for the case of the purpose of trying this out. You need the IP address of the server, which I have here, and this is the port. If you want to access it like normal, you would use 69, but instead we're going to use 22 now just for testing. This is the fingerprint. Yes. Now watch. Oh, sorry, you cannot see my window now. One sec. I have to use that window as well. So now watch the left window here as I type in something in my oops, in the body here. You will see that something is going to happen to the left side. Let's, for instance, say I'm a hacker. I'm going to try to access this server with root. Then I'm going to try some passwords. Now it stopped working for some reason. Root. And then password 123. Now look at the left side here. We already see something coming in. Admin password. YouTube password. Google 123. Admin. I'm gonna put down this window for now. And I'm gonna show you every single thing we saw here is logged into a file. By default, the file should be called ssh-honeypot.log. If you use cat ssh-honeypot.log, this is the thing we typed in. This is the IP address, username, password. So you actually have to be in this window to have it work, to have it ongoing, to have the process running. So instead we're gonna go ahead and use command make install. Great. Now let's enable this. So when the system is up and running, it's gonna be SSH honeypot will run as well. So systemctl start SSH honeypot start. Now if we check status, we see it's running, but remember the keys are here generated. It's running on port 22. The log is in a different file. It's not in the same file as the project. It's in another file. So to access the log now, you have to go into the var log cd var log. Then it should create a file when the data comes in. So to see what's in real time, you should use tail F to follow that file and then just type in that. So if we go ahead and open putty one more time and we use the restart, now we're gonna have to log in again. Let's say admin and the password admin. As you can see, someone is actually trying to access my server here. This is not my IP here as well. This is mine here. So it's happening in real time. It's running in the background. You can always go ahead and just use command cat. Leave this running for a day. You will see a lot of more info here. I promise you that. So as I said, you can just use tail F to follow that, and people will try, I promise you, will try to access your server. Let's say hack me 123 1234. As you can see, and there's the data coming in. This is pretty fun. Just as a side project to see what people are actually trying to use, what kind of password are people trying to use. I will show you from one of my server. I'm gonna hide that window for now. I'm just gonna leave this window. I'm gonna show you one of my servers I'm having up and running, how much data I have on that server. Just give me a moment here. I'm gonna try to access that server. All right, guys, I'm gonna grab back that window now for you. Now I have here this log file. You can see the size is pretty big here. It's not a small file. Cat SSH log. All right, get ready, guys. Now people are trying to access my server. You can see the file is huge. There are so many inputs, different source IP, sometimes the same IP, sometimes different IP. You could go ahead and try to look up this IP, for example. You can see what kind of password it's trying to use, username root, here Ubuntu, Alexander, it's pretty fun to see all of these things here happening because it's sick. It's pretty sick, to be honest. Let's see if we can follow that file and see if it's anything live coming in. 2119. Yeah, it's been a while, some minutes ago. However, you can see it's happening. Things are, people are trying to access my server. And this is probably because the server is a name server, a DNS, so it's pretty obvious. I even have a file here I was playing around with. I definitely hope that this server will bring you some experience for whatever you are trying to learn. There are many other things you can use to actually get the same output. What I mean is to get the same honeypot. There's other honeypots out there for different kind of services. You could spin up a server for FTP, SFTP, web server. But yeah, this is a little fun project on the side you could do just to have some fun. I'm gonna show you one more time. Let's say have fun 1, 2, 3. Have fun. There it is, guys. And thank you for watching. If you have any more questions, I'm gonna leave the links for everything. I'm gonna leave the commands in the chat, so in the description. So if you need some help, just ask, guys. Thank you for watching and have fun.